Fucking look at that. Beautiful, eh? Now, I want to quickly just touch on the fact that happiness, quote unquote, I don't think happiness is real. I think we have moments of joy, and sometimes those moments of joy may be prolonged moments of joy. My definition on happiness, on true happiness, like, I think what we can both agree on happiness is, and I know this is a bit of a random way to start the video, but I think we have to determine what actually is happiness in order to achieve it, right? Happiness, in my opinion, is the state of being where you are thinking positive thoughts for a long period of time, for a consistent period of time. Okay, that's what happiness is. You're in this state where you are content and peaceful with your current position in life, and you have no expectations of what your life should be like. And that's an important topic I want to touch on in this video, right? So yeah, happiness I don't think is real, or maybe it is, maybe it's just a state of consistent contentment with your current situation. Can we both agree on that? Let me know what you think happiness is down below in the description, because I truly think that happiness, in a sense, it isn't real. I think we more focus on peace, contentment, and then you have moments of joy where you feel positive emotion, and yeah, that's great, and I'm happy, but I don't think happiness in a sense is real. Now, how do we achieve happiness, quote unquote? How do we achieve this blissful state of being? How do we achieve this consistent state of positive emotion and positive thinking patterns? How do we achieve that? Because that, in a sense, is happiness, right? It's just feeling good, or it's the absence of negative emotion, right? I don't know. We have to really, really drill on, what do we define as happiness? What do you define as happiness? Regardless of what you define it as, this video is going to help you tenfold, because it's going to allow you to tap in and turn on, so to speak, your happiness, turn on your positive emotions, turn on your best version of yourself, so that you can give that to the world. Because when you're feeling negative, when you're feeling down, when you're having a shit day, it's very hard to then want to socialize, want to do any work. You don't feel motivated, you can't really bother going to the gym. It's very hard to do life. But if you're in a positive state of mind, if you're in a positive state of being, you naturally just give your best self to the world, and it's just such a better way of living, isn't it? So let's talk about how we can achieve that instantly. Literally, as you're watching this video, you can do this and turn on your happiness, so to speak. Because people say, I'll be happy when? I'll be happy when I've got the body. I'll be happy when I've got 10k on YouTube. I'll be happy when I've got this. It's always, I'll be happy when. So they're almost desiring something, and they're restricting themselves. Yo, there's a rabbit. They're restricting themselves from happiness. They're doing that to themselves. You don't have to do that. Happiness is not, it's not something that must be earned. It's not something that must be, look at all the fucking animals, bro. I don't know if you can see them. Right there, little peacock thing, some bird, I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. Yeah, so most people think that happiness must be earned. You're like, I don't deserve to be happy because I've got this going on, or I don't deserve to be happy because I'm skinny or I'm fat, or some bullshit like that. They always say, I'll be happy when. Now, it's scientifically proven that positive thinking and being in a happy state of mind, being in a positive emotional flow, feeling good, basically. I don't really know how to define this in a way. You understand what I'm saying though, don't you? Just feeling good, having those days where you're like, yeah, life's good, I'm happy. Those days where your mind and body are in that state, you literally, everything in your life tenfold increases. Your vision, your senses, your skin, your health, your immune system. Or, bro, Google this shit. It's scientifically proven that when you are happy, when you are thinking positive, pleasant thoughts, your body literally responds in a much more healthy and optimal way. Your body becomes more healthy because you're thinking positive thoughts. How mad is that? That's the most simplistic definition, example that I can give you. But instead of saying, I'll be happy when I've got this, flip that, reverse it. Say to yourself, right, listen, because I'm happy, I can have this. Or because I'm happy, I will get this. Because I'm happy, my body, because we spoke about it before, it's scientifically proven, my body will respond to my pleasant thoughts, to my pleasant state of being, my happiness signals that it's giving off. My body will respond to it and then act in the most optimal, healthy way. My vision will increase, my senses will improve, whatever. All these health benefits that come with it, they will all go up. So because I'm happy, I will then get the body that I want. Not the other way around. Not I'll be happy when I've got the body. Because you're happy, you'll be able to get the body, because your body's responding in the most optimal way because you're happy, right? Therefore, it can synthesize the protein, muscle, hypertrophy. You can do all the process to build you more muscle, to keep you healthy, to keep your lungs healthy, to keep your heart healthy, to keep all your organs working properly, because you are in a pleasant state of mind. People literally get ill because they think negatively all day, every day. They think negative thoughts, they put themselves down, they look at the bad in the world, then they end up with a disease. They're holding hatred in the chest all the time. It's all tight. Like, no wonder everyone's getting ill. No wonder everyone's got fucking cancer and shit. And I'm not saying that that's the cure, that's the cause of cancer, but believe me, your mind is very, very powerful. So that's number one, is reverse that saying. There's 3 things I want to talk about. Number 1, I want you to write these down, is reverse the saying of I'll be happy when I've got this. And instead say to yourself, I'm going to turn on my happiness so that I can get this. Because when I'm happy, my body and my mind and everything else, the world, the universe just responds in the most positive way possible. I'm the healthiest I am. I think the best. My mental health is just through the roof. The universe just gives me what I want. Okay? So, number 1, flip that. You have the ability to turn your happiness on. And when you do, your body responds in a very healthy and optimal way. So, number 2 is remove your expectations of what your life should be like. So a lot of people think to themselves, whether it's through social comparison, whether it's through media, whether it's through movies, wherever it's from, whether it's through the parents, they're conditioned to think that their life should be a certain way. And if they're not happy, or if they're not positive, or if life isn't going as they expect it to go, then they feel depressed, because ultimately their expectations are not aligning with actual reality, with what's happening. So naturally they're not going to feel positive emotion, are they? When you remove the expectations, because life is supposed to be unpredictable, it's supposed to be chaotic, that's what makes it so beautiful. If you didn't have the negative times, you wouldn't be able to appreciate the positives, because there'd be no polar opposites. It'd just be like this. It would be this would be your reference point, just baseline, normal. There would be no, that was really cool, that was really bad. There wouldn't be. It would just be dull. Do you understand? So life is supposed to be chaotic. It's supposed to have polar opposites, and it's supposed to be unpredictable. So embrace that. Embrace those negative periods, learn from them, take them as a challenge, and then savor the positive moments. Literally just savor them. Sit there and think to yourself, I'm so happy that I'm in this present moment right now, experiencing this positive event. Just take it all in. That's number 2. Remove your expectations. Your life shouldn't be a certain way. You can create your life. You can create what you want your life to turn out to be. Do you understand? And I know this sounds cliche, wishy-washy, whatever. Absolutely true. Your mind is I'm not going to try and get too spiritual. I want to keep it as practical as possible. Your mind is connected to the universe. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. So if you are on the right energy frequency wavelength, if you're thinking positive thoughts every single day on a day-to-day basis, naturally you're going to attract more positivity. So you're going to get what you want anyway. But if you remove the expectations and you expect life to be messy, you expect life to be all over the place, you expect life to be chaotic and to throw negative challenges upon you so you can learn, so you can grow, so you can become a more knowledgeable and evolved being, then you won't feel depressed about it. You'll actually laugh at it. I laugh when I'm in a negative situation. I laugh. I just giggle to myself because I'm like, here we go again. It's another challenge, right? There's another life lesson I can take from this. Here we go again. So it takes away that burden that you're putting on yourself, because you're doing it to yourself. You must separate the facts from opinion. So for example, my girlfriend breaks up with me, right? Just an example, as if they're going to break up with me. But my girlfriend breaks up with me. That's a fact. She's broken up with me. We're not together anymore. That is the fact. My opinion, revolving around the fact, is, this is the worst case scenario. This is the worst thing in the world. I'm never going to get over it. She was the one for me. I'm never going to find anyone like her. That's my opinion. Do you understand? So remove your opinion and only focus on the facts. The fact is, she's broken up with me. Okay, what can I learn from this situation? How can I turn this into a positive? How can I be grateful for this situation? That brings me on to my 3rd point, which is the way that you think. Now this is the important part, because if you look at the world and you're in a state of desire, if you're constantly wanting something, you cannot be happy. And again, happiness is quote unquote, every time I say the word happy, you can interpret that however you want. Joyful, feeling pleasant, feeling good, feeling positive emotion, peaceful, contentment. You interpret the word happiness with whatever I consider happiness with just a prolonged series of joyful states of being. That's what I consider as happiness, right? It's just a long period of time of me feeling joyful and content with the way my life is. All right. Now, if you are desiring something, if you're wanting something, this is where you need balance. And I'm not really a balanced guy, so this is quite hard for me to process, but this is where you need balance. Because if you're striving for stuff all the time, you're going in the gym and I really want this body, I really want this amount of money in my bank account, I really want that girl, you're desiring something. Therefore, you cannot be content and happy with your current situation. The key to turning on your happiness is gratitude and presence, not desiring anything. Right now, if you sit here with me or you're watching this video, you can turn your happiness on. If you do the first two steps and you have that in the back of your mind and you combine them with this third one, which you can literally do right now, and you can turn on your positive emotion flow, you can feel good again, regardless of how shit you're feeling, regardless of how low you're feeling with this process. Number one, gratitude. Look around you, be grateful that you're still breathing. Be grateful you still have a chance to fight and to carry on in life. Be grateful that you've survived every single bad day that you've ever experienced ever. 100%, you've survived 100% of the bad days you've been through, because you're still here, you're still breathing, and you're still cracking on, you're still fighting, you're still learning, you're still evolving, therefore you've survived. Be grateful for that. Be grateful that you can breathe. Be grateful that your dick works. Be grateful that, trees, nature, bro, be grateful for anything and everything, even the negatives, especially the negatives. So first one is gratitude. If you sit here in the present moment with gratitude and you're grateful for what you've already got, and you take yourself away from the desires for just a second, and you turn on this positive flow of emotion by being grateful. I'm so happy that I've got this. I'm so happy that I've got shoes on my feet. I'm so happy that I've got clothes to wear, so I'm warm. I'm just so grateful and happy for that. It takes you away from striving for more, desiring, to just being appreciative. Therefore, you feel positive emotion, okay? Secondly, presence, all right? Obviously, if you're in your head, if you're thinking about shit, you can't really enjoy what's currently going on. And presence is the key to a positive mindset. It's the key to a healthy, psychologically sound state of being. If you're thinking about the future, you're gonna, naturally induce anxiety or worry or nervous emotion into your body. If you're thinking about the past, naturally you're gonna be thinking about, if you're thinking about negative things, this is, by the way, if you're thinking about future and you're worrying in a sense, in a positive way, if you're imagining the best case scenario, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And I'm gonna talk about this in a second, but if you're thinking about the past and you're thinking about negative things that have happened to you that you can't change, naturally you're going to put negative emotions into your body. You're going to feel negative, therefore you're going to get more negativity from the universe. Can you see how it all ties in? Therefore you're going to feel unhappy, depressed, anxious, even more unhappy with your life, right? It's a negative cycle. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that you put onto yourself. Regardless of what negative situation you're going through at the moment, fuck off, bro. You have the ability to turn on your happiness. You have the ability to feel positive emotions in your body, even if you're surrounded by negativity. And you do that by being grateful, by being present, okay? And third is by visualizing. And when I say visualizations, I don't just mean closing your eyes and imagining in your mind's eye something. That is what I mean, but there's also a second part to it. And it's just positive thinking in a simplistic way. It's just thinking positive things. And I told a guy this on my coaching call not too long ago, and it literally flipped him. I see his mindset like, oh shit, that's what I've been missing. We often as human beings, it's an intrinsic desire. We focus on negativity, which is why negativity sells in the media, right? We focus on negativity because in I believe it's called the amygdala. We have two parts of the brain, right? We've got the caveman brain, I think that's called the amygdala, and we have the prefrontal cortex. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The prefrontal cortex is the smart part of your brain, the logical part. The amygdala is the caveman brain. It just responds to fight or flight or, eating, survival. It responds to that kind of stuff. So your amygdala responds to negativity to keep you safe. So naturally, you're going to imagine the worst. For example, you're going over and speaking to a girl in the gym, right? You see an attractive girl. You think, I should go and talk to her. Your mind is going to naturally, defaultly, because you've not been conditioned any other way, you're defaultly going to think the worst case scenario. What if she laughs at me? What if she rejects me? What if I embarrass myself in front of the gym and I can never come back because it's so embarrassing and I'll never come back to that gym ever again? That's the worst case scenario, right? Your mind, excuse me, is naturally going to think like that to keep you safe, to keep you away from anything that's uncomfortable, because it knows that if you stay in your comfort zone, you're alive, you're safe. It knows that this works. This kept me alive from now. The logical part of your brain, however, understands that you're not going to grow from staying comfortable. The personal development, your caveman brain doesn't give a shit about you developing as a man. It doesn't care. It just wants to keep you alive. So with that understanding of your human mind, you must then flip the negative scenario, flip the worst case scenario into a positive. Instead of defaultly imagining the worst case scenario, defaultly imagine the best. Start from the best first and then work your way down. What if, followed by the best case scenario, what if I get a number and we actually get along really, really well? It flows perfectly. I don't embarrass myself. I don't stutter. Everything's great. I just say the right things. And, I've got a new girl in my life. Great. It could be the most beautiful relationship you've ever experienced, and you'll never know. She might be your one and only soulmate. Start with that scenario instead. Great. Now you feel positive emotion because of that. Now, with that being said, you've got this mindset. let's talk about the visualization side of things, okay? Every single time you get a negative thought, you want to flip it into a positive. Every single time, because negative thoughts, unless you're using them as fuel, they do not serve you on a day-to-day basis. So the only time I would recommend using negativity or using negative emotion is if you're in some sort of strenuous activity. You're on a run, you're in the gym. Yeah, then you can get angry, then you can get fearful, then you can get sad, whatever. Use that negative emotion as fuel to achieve a positive outcome. That's the only time that using negativity is okay, if it's for a positive outcome, okay? On a day-to-day basis, however, you want to train your subconscious mind. You want to put only positive thoughts into your subconscious. Then you're going to start believing in yourself. You're going to have a good self-image. You're going to look at yourself and feel proud of yourself. Because all that you tell yourself when you look in the mirror is, I look fucking sick. Look at the jawline, I'm bad as hell. Look at the body, I'm getting the gains, right? You're telling yourself these positive, I'm the fucking man, of course I can get that girl. Telling yourself these positive things every single day will change the way that the universe responds to you. Because you see yourself as the guy that already has everything that he wants, because you're just feeding yourself with positive thoughts. Yeah, of course I can get that. Of course I can. You're not doubting yourself. The words I can't, they don't exist in my vocabulary. I can do absolutely anything that's humanly possible. I never ever tell, I remember this one time I learned this because I was in work and I used to do a zip line job. Like I used to work at like a zip line park, and we had a rock climbing wall in this park, right? And I looked at the wall and I could do all the other walls, and there was just this one wall that I couldn't do. And it was the hardest one with like no grip on it. I don't know if you guys have ever done rock climbing before, but it had like no grip on the rocks. So you couldn't really put your fingers into the rock to hold on. So you had to literally rely on just pure finger strength and then, momentum to get yourself up. So I don't know what these animations were. Don't take the piss out of me. So yeah, I looked at this wall and I could never do it. I remember my manager came over, and he was a cool guy, this guy. He used to just get involved. He wasn't like a dickhead manager. He was a cool guy. He used to get involved, do the work with us. And he said, I said to him, or he asked me, have you done that wall yet? Have you done the hard wall yet? And I said, I can't do it. Like, I keep trying, I just can't do it. And I'm usually quite positive, right? But he latched onto the fact that I told myself I couldn't do it. And he said, no, why are you telling yourself you can't? Flip that, you can do it. Just literally just tell yourself, I can do it. Why are you limiting your capabilities with your own mind before you've even tried it? And it hit me, I was like, shit, yeah. I've been getting complacent. That's exactly what I've been missing. And I'm telling you now, the next try that I did, I got it straight to the top, right? And it's because I just told myself I could. Sometimes you need that reminder. So don't tell yourself, I can't. I can do fucking anything. Now, little side tangent there, but it's worth knowing. Don't ever feed any negativity into your brain, because it's not worth it. Again, unless you're using it for a positive outcome. Like breakup gains. You're, fucking stupid bitch, I'm so pissed off, she cheated on me. Then you're putting it into the gym, right? That's the only time that it's okay. Now, your nervous system, your body doesn't understand the difference between imagination and reality. If you sit here right now, close your eyes and vividly, like really, really literally sit there and imagine yourself in a negative situation, you will feel stress, you'll feel angry, you'll feel fear, you'll feel those negative emotions as if you were really in that situation, because your body can't tell the difference if you're vividly imagining, enough. So you want to, when you visualize, you want to attach an emotion to the visualization. Think to yourself, how would I feel if I was in this scenario? How would I walk? How would I talk? What emotions would I feel? And obviously you want to do a positive visualization. So you visualize yourself as the man that already has what you desire. Therefore you can remove the desires, take the emotion from the imagination, and you can feel it in the present moment and then act accordingly. Are you with me? Yeah, does that make sense? Now, yeah, with that being said, just practice visualization. Just sit there and literally just tell yourself positive thoughts, visualize yourself in the most positive way, and you could turn on your happiness just like that. If you sit here right now and visualize yourself in a positive scenario in the future, and there's something you can do with the past as well, I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, but you visualize yourself in the future in a positive way, you'll feel positive emotion. Therefore, you feel happy, you feel good. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, you can also do a thing called success recap. I do this as part of my routine after I've meditated, after I've visualized, to get myself in a positive flow of emotion for the rest of the day, to make myself feel confident, make myself feeling good. I'll simply think back to a moment where I've succeeded in life. So if I'm feeling anxious about speaking to girls, I'll think back to a moment where I've been successful with girls. And I'll just remind myself of who the fuck I am, basically. I'll remind myself of like, yeah, you've achieved that. I'll put myself back in that past moment, which was a positive, it was a success in my eyes. I'll visualize that again. Yeah, I remember this time I got 4 girls in one night or something like that, right? It'll make me feel confident, like, yeah, okay, I'll feel the same emotions that I felt on that night. And then I'll just simply apply that same emotional state, and I'll carry myself in the same way in the present moment, so I can just replicate the success, right? This shit is powerful. I have so much more to talk about in depth on this. I really just want to focus on the happiness part of it for this video, but yeah, really write down what I've said in this video, implement it into part of your routine for a meditation, through visualization, whatever. On a day-to-day basis, just think positive thoughts. Constantly flip those negatives into positives every single day. When you worry, when you imagine the worst case scenario, flip it into the best instead, yeah? Take that with you, learn from it. If you want to learn more from me on a personal level, because maybe there's something you're struggling with that is personal to you. You know, YouTube is very generic. It's very generic, populational-based advice. If you want something more personal, we can really connect and spread some positive energy. And I will teach you about the power of your mind and how you can use your mind to literally get whatever you want. I'm living proof of it. You know, how many more times do I need to prove it, right? So I can teach you about this on a personal level, one-to-one call. I'll take you from down here. You can bypass the mistakes that I had to make, straight to the fucking top, saving yourself years of hardship, embarrassment, awkwardness, of not being the man that you want to be. You'll save yourself that time by just learning from someone that's been there and done it. That's the wisest thing that you can do as a man, is just look at someone that has something that you want and learn from them. Come and talk to me. The coaching's down below. I'll see you there. Stay safe, stay positive. See you in the next one. Bow.